Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. So this morning I got up early and took a run to Thomasville and went to the Star Flea Market they have there. So picked up quite a few nice deals. This blue box of Craftsman stuff, including the Allen keys, was 25 bucks. A lot of 6 points in it. You guys know I like that kind. And it's the older Craftsman stuff before they started to import it from China. So I thought for 25 bucks, considering it came in the nice, box type thing and all, that was a deal I just could not pass up on. So that was the first deal of the day, and a nice deal. Then came a bunch of small stuff, like this is Job Smart metric 1/4 inch drive, 6 point. So both of those and a bag of loose sockets with an extension was 10 bucks. I need this. You could say it was somewhere around 50 cents for the roofing job, but I actually picked that and these up for 4 bucks. I told you guys whenever I can find a nice American-made adjustable, I just buy them, especially if they're only a buck, from Jamestown, New York, Crestaloy. Lufkin was making these in the U.S., but I don't know if this is old enough to be made here. This is a Husky, and you can see the USA on it. It's a number 2. It's really nice and sharp, so once again, I went for it. Proto, I gotta tell you, whenever I see Proto for 1/4, I just buy it. It's 1/2 inch and 7/16. These look like mostly the right size for license plates. Came in an IKEA jar. I don't know why it's an IKEA jar, but it was 50 cents. The rope was a buck. A lot of times I find it handy just to throw that in the truck for when you got to tie some things down. And this was really the deal of the day. So this is 10-3 with ground. So what that means is basically you got a red, a white, and a black. So the black and red are hot, the white is neutral, and you see the extra in there, which is the ground. I counted this, and there were like 30 turns, 28 turns, and it's approximately a foot across. And what is it, pi d, which is how long stuff is. So if pi is 3.14 times 1 foot, which means each one of these twists is about 3 foot, so 3 foot times 28, right? I should have, over 75 feet here. The dog is helping me by barking at birds. And this was $10. This was one heck of a deal at $10. You can't pass up a bargain like that. So that's all of today's flea market bargains. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to one of my favorite flea markets. It's the Steam Engine Flea Market in Mechanicsville, Williams Grove. That flea market, that is my favorite. The only thing with that flea market, and I believe one should get up early to go to a flea market, but the only thing with that flea market, one actually has to get there at daybreak. You got to get there for dawn. And if you got a little distance to come, like for me to leave my house and go there, for me to be there at dawn, I more or less have to leave like 1 a.m., right? It's just really not doable from my place. But while I'm visiting my son from his place, I don't know, it's 45 minutes, give or take a little bit. So, you know, I'll just have to get up at about 5:30 to get there for when it gets rolling. Anyway, I love that flea market. I got a nice empty back of the truck to fix up, and then we'll be good. Yeah, it's been a one of those fall chore weekends at my son's house. He's got I got to do a little patch job on his roof. We put a floor in his shed. You know, I got to check out his quad to see if we can't get that going. Yeah, he's got a few things he needs to do. By the way, I had one of my first evers with AdSense. I had them ban a video or put it in the penalty box before I ever managed to. I didn't even publish it. And just to give you guys an idea, I don't know if you've watched the video or not. Obviously, I'm not getting any revenue from it, but it's I survived a tough couple of weeks. It was that video. They put that one in the penalty box right up front. So it's weird. If you're in the penalty box before you even publish, now should you publish it, that means every view doesn't get any AdSense revenue. So if they see you work your way up to, you know, several hundred views, then they'll turn it on. But once again, for my channel, that means I'm wiped, because my typical video gets, you know, somewhere around 300 views plus or minus from there, right? So anyhow, my friends, and that video was done and put up and published after I got the new camera and after I verified my account. So and it was put up before it was published, so that couldn't have been a troll. I truly once again, watch that video, and if anybody could tell me why it would be troublesome for AdSense, I would really, really like to know. I've been in touch with YouTube a number of times, and they give me an answer like, you know, why is this video not suitable for AdSense? And their response is like green. Or, you know, why is this video not suitable for AdSense? I see a dog, right? I mean, they provide an answer, but not to the question I'm asking. And, you know, they say stuff like, we don't have time to review every video. I think if somebody goes through the trouble of making a video and they have a problem with it, I think they should go through the trouble of reviewing it, especially if asked to be told why. I mean, I think, you know, not every YouTuber should have every one of their videos that has an AdSense problem reviewed, but if one asks that several times like I have, and then they turn them right back on. As soon as they review them, they turn them back on. So I really would like to know what their issue is. I mean, if there's a word I use like green, the grass is green, right? I mean, if the word green is bothering them, I'll stop using the word green. I'll say, look, the grass is the color it should be. If they don't want to know what kind of truck this is, I could say truck made by major Japanese manufacturer, though it was assembled in Texas, right? You know, and if anybody cared that much to not recognize this truck and want to know what kind of truck it is, they can look up major Japanese auto manufacturer who has a plant in Texas, right? And who makes pickup trucks. I'm sure they'll figure it out pretty quickly. So there are ways to get around certain words if they don't want us to use certain words, as we talk about these sockets. I could cover this up and mention, you know, the major tractor store that has been expanding everywhere. You can also buy paint and fertilizer and all that other kind of stuff there, right? If we can't mention this one, big box store that is going through some financial problems. There's ways around all of this. It's just a matter of them saying, don't use this word, or, you know, you can't talk about manufacturers, or, you know. But if you go through the guidelines, I'm not breaking a single rule, so I truly don't understand what their issue is. Anyway, folks, sorry to rant about it. Obviously, it's annoying me. Folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Please remember to keep your feet down, keep your heads up. Thank you for all the good wishes. Everyone in the family is doing well. Now it's just a matter of, you know, catching up with what we fell behind on, and you know, basic recovery type stuff. We're all good, so that's all. We just got to thank the good Lord for that. Anyway, folks, once again, folks, keep your feet down, keep your heads up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.